You've been there. You send a nice text, trying to start a good conversation, and you get a one-word reply. If you're lucky, you check your phone again. Nothing. An hour goes by, still nothing. In that silence, a bad feeling starts to grow in your stomach. It's the feeling of being ignored, which can make you doubt yourself and feel worthless. You start reading your own messages again, picking them apart. Was it something I said? Was that joke not funny? Should I have used a different emoji? The worry is crushing. It can make you feel desperate, small, and like you have no power. You're putting in all this effort and showing you're interested, but the silence you get in return makes you feel like you're just annoying them. But what if the answer isn't to send a better text? What if the answer isn't to find the perfect meme or a more interesting question? What if the best thing to do is nothing at all? When you suddenly go silent, a big shift can happen in their mind. You're creating a pattern interrupt which changes the whole feeling of your conversations. It feels wrong. It feels like you're giving up, but it might be the most powerful move you can make. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what happens step by step when you pull back and why. It's the secret to not only getting their attention back, but more importantly, getting your own self-respect back. Before we start the video, I want to remind you that my effective online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course takes things to an entirely new level, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction, and you won't find this information in any video on my channel. It's available in both English and Spanish language, so you can learn Shy and the language you feel most comfortable with. It's easy to access with a secure payment option. Visit thestoiccouple.podia.com or click the link in the description to enroll now and improve your dating life. Let's dive in. Section 1. The silence. The silence that says a lot. That says a lot. You've definitely been in this spot before. You spend time crafting the perfect text. Maybe it's a funny inside joke or a genuine question designed to spark a real conversation and connection. You hit send, your message flying into the digital void, full of hope, and then you wait. When a reply finally makes its way back to your screen, it's a soul-crushing one-word answer, or worse, you get no reply at all. You find yourself constantly checking your phone, pulling it out of your pocket every few minutes, but the screen remains stubbornly dark. The first hour passes, then another, and still there's nothing but a deafening digital silence. In that expanding quiet, you begin to feel a familiar, dreadful sensation creeping into the pit of your stomach. It's the cold, heavy weight of being intentionally ignored. A feeling that can instantly make you question your own worth and shatter your confidence. You start rereading your own messages over and over, dissecting every single word, every punctuation mark. Was it something I said? Was my joke actually not funny at all? Should I have used a different emoji, or maybe no emoji? The anxiety that follows this self-interrogation is a uniquely awful experience. It can make you feel desperate, small, and utterly powerless in the situation. You are the one putting in all the effort, showing all the interest, but the wall of silence you receive in return makes you feel like you're nothing more than an annoyance to them. But what if the solution isn't to try harder, to send an even funnier text, or to find the perfect meme that will finally grab their attention? What if the most powerful, game-changing thing you can do is absolutely nothing at all? When you abruptly pull back your attention and embrace the silence yourself, a profound Psychological shift can occur in their mind. You are not just ending a conversation, you are breaking a fundamental pattern of interaction which acts like a hard reset button and completely changes the dynamic between you. On the surface, it feels like the wrong thing to do, like you're admitting defeat or giving up. But in reality, it might just be the smartest and most strategic move you can possibly make. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what happens step by step in their mind when you pull back and why it's the ultimate secret to getting their undivided attention and, more importantly, reclaiming your own self-respect. The problem with chasing. Section 2. The problem with chasing. Before we can fully explore the powerful impact of going quiet, it's critical that we understand why your current strategy is destined to fail. The constant texting, the lightning-fast replies, the endless feeling of chasing them. This approach isn't just ineffective, it is actively and systematically destroying any attraction they might have felt for you. Without realizing it, you have relegated yourself to the role of a free, on-demand validation machine. Every time your name pops up on their phone, they receive a small, effortless ego boost. It's a pleasant little hit of dopamine that makes them feel wanted, desired, and important without them having to invest any real work or emotional energy into the interaction. There is no longer any challenge for them because you are doing all the heavy lifting, carrying the entire emotional weight of the connection on your own. It is a fundamental truth of human psychology that people assign greater value to things they have to earn or work for. By offering your attention so freely and abundantly, it becomes a common commodity, losing its preciousness until it feels mundane and eventually completely boring. You also make the critical mistake of becoming far too predictable. When you text good morning every single day without fail, and you like and reply to all their social media posts within minutes, you become as predictable as the sunrise. And while the sunrise is a beautiful and reliable thing, it doesn't create a spark of excitement or anticipation. You fade into the background noise of their life, becoming a part of the scenery rather than an interesting, captivating main event that they look forward to. This is directly connected to the psychological principle of scarcity. Things that are rare, limited, or difficult to obtain are automatically perceived as more valuable. By giving someone an endless supply of your attention, you are making yourself overly available, which severely lowers your perceived value and sends a subconscious signal that your own time, energy, and life are not particularly important. On a much deeper level, this constant and desperate need for their approval poisons the healthy dynamic required for genuine attraction. Instead of being a confident, independent person with your own vibrant life that others are naturally drawn to, you become like a lost ship at sea, desperately searching for a lighthouse to give you direction and purpose. This powerful scent of neediness is a universal attractant repellent. People are instinctively and powerfully drawn to a person who has their own life, their own passions, their own goals, and their own sources of happiness, not someone whose entire emotional state depends on whether or not they get a text message back. Getting your power back by breaking the pattern. Section 3. Getting your power back by breaking the pattern. So we have established beyond a doubt that constantly chasing someone is a flawed strategy that is bound to backfire. Now, let's delve into the incredibly powerful solution, but it is crucial that you view it through the correct lens. Pulling back is not a tactic, it is an act of profound self-respect. This is not about playing manipulative mind games, trying to emotionally control another person, or resorting to the petty silent treatment just to get your way. Instead, it is a conscious and deliberate choice to stop chasing someone else's validation and to redirect that immense amount of energy back toward yourself where it belongs. It is a powerful, non-verbal declaration that your own life, your personal time, and your mental peace are incredibly valuable and are no longer up for negotiation. What you are fundamentally doing is breaking a deeply ingrained pattern in their mind. The other person's brain has become accustomed to a specific, predictable cycle. You initiate contact with a text. They respond with a low-effort reply or no reply at all, and then you once again restart the conversation, perpetuating the loop and keeping their validation supply secure. Your sudden, unexplained and complete silence shatters this cycle. Imagine you are driving the exact same route to work every single morning, your mind on autopilot. Then one day you turn a familiar corner and find a massive unexpected roadblock completely blocking your path. You are forced to slam on the brakes, snap to full attention, and actively assess this new and unexpected situation. Your silence is that very roadblock in their mind. It abruptly awakens them from the passive, comfortable role they have been playing in your dynamic. The predictable, easy and ego-stroking situation they had grown so accustomed to is now suddenly gone. In its place, you have created a vacuum, a space of quiet uncertainty where the real magic of re-establishing attraction can finally begin to happen. The human brain is naturally wired to resist ambiguity. It hates unanswered questions, unresolved puzzles, and broken patterns. It will automatically and immediately begin to work overtime, trying to figure out what happened, and more importantly, why you have suddenly disappeared from their world. And that is the precise moment when the repower dynamic of your interaction can begin to shift dramatically in your favor. Section 4. Making them curious and afraid to lose you. Making them curious and afraid to lose you. This is the part of the process you have likely been waiting for with anticipation. You have successfully followed the plan. You've completely stopped initiating texts. You've ceased looking at their social media profiles, and you have effectively vanished from their digital radar. After a few days, the pattern is now unequivocally broken. Their subconscious mind has registered your absence, and a powerful cascade of psychological effects can begin to unfold within their thoughts. The very first and most immediate effect is that your silence instantly makes you seem mysterious and intriguing. When you were always available, predictable, and an open book, they felt as though they had already read and finished your story. Your newfound silence abruptly closes that book and transforms you into a locked diary, sparking their curiosity. This creates what psychologists call an open loop in their mind, an unfinished story or an unresolved situation that the human brain feels a natural, compelling urge to complete. It becomes a personal mystery that they feel an internal need to solve, and their mind will start to generate a storm of questions on its own. Did I say something wrong that upset them? Are they angry with me for some reason? What could they possibly be doing that's more important than talking to me? Have they met someone else? All of a sudden, without you having to lift a finger, they are the ones thinking deeply about you. This renewed sense of curiosity is the fertile ground where attraction can begin to grow all over again. Even more potently, your absence also triggers a primal fear of loss, which is one of the single most powerful motivators of human action. When you were perpetual, available, they had your attention. It was a possession, something they owned and therefore didn't have to think much about. Your silence introduces the very real possibility of losing something they had taken for granted and assumed would always be there, even if they were only lukewarm or passively interested before. The sudden thought that they might lose you for good can force them to dramatically re-evaluate your worth. It's like a child who completely ignores a favorite toy for weeks, but the moment another child reaches for it, it suddenly becomes the most precious object in the world. This powerful feeling of potential loss can make you seem immensely more valuable in their eyes and create a strong, urgent impulse for them to reach out, reconnect, and fix the situation before it's too late. Finding yourself again in the silence. Section 5. Finding yourself again in the silence. While their potential reaction to your silence is certainly a fascinating and desirable outcome, the true transformative power of pulling back is ultimately all about you. The primary objective isn't simply to manipulate them into sending you a text message. The real goal is to fundamentally reclaim your own life and your own sense of self. Take a moment to genuinely consider all the mental and emotional energy you were previously expending on this one-sided dynamic. Constantly checking your phone, agonizing over your replies, and experiencing emotional highs and lows based entirely on their texting habits. When you make the conscious decision to pull back, you immediately stop that massive energy leak. You can then redirect that immense power back to its rightful owner, yourself. You can channel it into your workouts at the gym, into learning a new skill, into your passion projects, into advancing your career, and into nurturing your relationships with friends and family who reciprocate your energy. This act initiates a powerful positive feedback loop. As you genuinely invest in and work on improving your own life, your self-esteem and confidence will naturally rise because why? You are no longer outsourcing your sense of worth to someone else's phone. You become truly busy, genuinely happy, and your life becomes more fulfilling on its own terms without needing anyone else's approval to feel complete. This is the very core of authentic, organic attraction. Simultaneously, your silence becomes an unintentional mirror for the other person. When you were always the one pushing the conversation forward, it was implicitly clear that you were the one responsible for maintaining the connection. When you stop, that pressure disappears and your silence holds up a clear, unflattering mirror to their own behavior. For the very first time, they are given the quiet, uninterrupted space to reflect and think, I was being a little cold and distant, wasn't I? Or, I haven't really been putting much effort into our conversations at all. This forces them to see the dynamic for what it truly was, a one-way street that only existed because of your consistent and unreciprocated effort. How they react to this newfound clarity is the ultimate litmus test. A person with genuine interest might have the self-awareness to realize they need to step up and try harder, while someone with low interest will likely just see your silence as an easy and convenient exit. Either way, this process reveals the truth of their feelings and saves you from wasting any more of your precious time and energy. The Plan for Reconnecting. Section 6. The Plan for Reconnecting. Okay, you've successfully done it. You've pulled back your attention. You've been diligently focusing on your own life, and then it finally happens. Your phone buzzes and their name flashes across the screen. This is a critical make-or-break moment. How you choose to handle this interaction will determine whether you solidify your new high V-value position or if you immediately undo all your hard work and fall right, heading back into the old familiar patterns of chasing. First and most importantly, do not reply right away. This is non-negotiable. The old you would have leapt at that notification within seconds, broadcasting the message that you were just sitting by the phone, anxiously waiting for them. The new you has a life. You have things going on. Let the message sit for a few hours at the very least. This isn't about playing a childish game. It's about demonstrating through your actions that your scarcity was real because you were genuinely busy doing something more important than waiting for their text. Second, when you do decide to reply, you must match their level of energy and be very careful not to give more than you receive. Your tone should be light, calm, confident, and positive. Under no circumstances should you bring up their period of silence. Any comment like, "Oh, look who finally decided to text back," or "I was wondering if you fell off the face of the earth," immediately reveals that you were upset and emotionally affected by their absence, which erases all the power you've built. The single most important rule of reconnecting is this: the primary goal is to get off the phone. The purpose of texting is not to have long drawn-out conversations. It is merely a tool to arrange an in-person meeting where a genuine connection can be fostered. For example, if they text you, "Hey, haven't heard from you in a while, what's up?" You wait a few hours and reply with something simple like, "Hey, everything's great, just been really swamped with a new project, my training schedule. Hope you've been having a good week." This reply is perfect because it's positive, it doesn't apologize, and it clearly communicates that you have an exciting, full life. After they reply to that, you must be the one to confidently lead the conversation toward a real-life meeting. "It's good to hear from you. I'm actually about to head out, but we should definitely catch up for real sometime next week. How was your Wednesday or Thursday night for a drink?" This is a clear, confident, and direct approach that moves things forward on your terms, establishing you as the one in control of your time. Section 7. The real prize of pulling back. The real prize of pulling back. In the end, the entire philosophy behind pulling back is not about employing a clever trick or a manipulative game designed to make someone miss you. It represents a profound and fundamental shift in how you perceive your own value and your place in the world. It's about the crucial realization that you can never truly control how another person feels about you, but you can always, without exception, control how you value and respect yourself. It is the deep, empowering understanding that real, sustainable and lasting attraction is not something you can force into existence through constant effort or relentless chasing. Instead, it is the natural byproduct that emanates from a person who deeply respects themselves, who genuinely values their own time, and who is actively engaged in pursuing their own life's passions and goals. The real prize here isn't just getting the person, even though that might be the outcome you desire most in this moment. The true lasting prize is becoming the kind of person who doesn't ever feel the need to chase in the first place. A person whose life is so full, whose confidence is so authentic, and whose purpose is so compelling that the right people are naturally and effortlessly drawn into their orbit. When you finally learn how to pull back for the right reasons, you stop searching for validation in someone else's text, messages, and you start building a life that makes you genuinely proud of yourself. And that, in the final analysis, is the most attractive and powerful way you can ever hope to be. At conclusion, the end of the day, the plan of pulling back isn't a clever trick to make someone miss you. It's a major change in how you think. It's about realizing that you can't control how someone else feels about you, but you can always control how you value yourself. It's understanding that real attraction isn't something you can force by trying hard all the time. It is often the natural result when a person respects themselves, values their time, and is busy with their own life's purpose. The ultimate prize here isn't getting the person. The prize is becoming the kind of person who doesn't need to chase in the first place. A person whose life is so full, whose confidence is so real, and whose purpose is so interesting that the right people who see their value and are happy to give back, are naturally drawn to them. When you pull back, you stop looking for approval and you start building a life that makes you feel good about yourself. And that is the most attractive thing you can ever be. If this video helped you and you want to understand more about the little tests that happen in dating, make sure you watch my other video on the 7 signs they're secretly testing you. It's on the screen right now, and it's the perfect next step after what we've talked about today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the comments. If you're ready to take your dating life to the next level, my full online course is waiting for you. It's packed with powerful strategies you won't find on YouTube, and it's available in English and Spanish. Click the link in the description and start mastering the game today. See you in the next video.